Hands-on. Use models to add unlike fractions. So first we want to identify what unlike fractions are. So unlike fractions have different denominators. Before you can add unlike fractions, one or both of the fractions must be renamed so that they have a common denominator. So looking at an example, I have 1/2 plus 1/4. And so what's helpful initially is to use fraction tiles. So I'm going to pull out a 1/2 and a 1/4 piece. And so what I want to do is experiment and find out, because I have to add those two together, I need to find something that's in common with both of those pieces. Alright? So if I tried, for example, a 1/5 piece, like that, if I connected them all, I would notice that it doesn't quite line up. If I have 4 of those, it's too big. If I have 3 of these, it's too small. And in fact, if I kind of think about this from an earlier lesson, 2 and 4 does not go into 5. They are not compatible numbers. Okay? So what I could do is have a 1/2 piece and a 1/4 piece, and I want to draw that. So I have a 1/2 and I have a 1/4 piece. And so I'm going to experiment, and I think I'm going to use my 1/4 pieces. So 1/4, 1/4, and then I'm going to add one more 1/4. And look at that, they line up nice and evenly. And so I'm going to draw that. Looks like I can take this 1/2 and put 2 1/4 pieces underneath. And then I can copy down this 1/4 piece. And this shows me that I have 3/4 pieces as my answer. So here are the steps. So the steps are to model each fraction using fraction tiles and place them side by side. And so that's what I did right here on the top. And then to find fraction tiles that will match the length of the combined tiles and line them up below the model. And so that's what I've done right there. And then finally to count and find that total. And that's what I showed right here. So I have 3 total pieces and my denominator is 4.